What's up, guys? It's Spencer,
And Eli.
and we're here at 2K and Tech bringing you what Apple's going to be doing in 2017.
Hey Siri. When is WWDC?
Oh, I'm good at this one. Apple's 28th Annual Worldwide Developers Conference, WWDC, will be held at the McHenry Convention Center in San Jose, California, from June 5th through June 9th, 2017.
So, as Siri told you, WWDC is coming up actually very soon at the time of the release of this video. WWDC is where Apple releases its new updates in Mac OS and iOS.
And tvOS and watchOS. The list goes on.
There's so many now.
So, what are the things you can look forward to at WWDC? Well, obviously, iOS is one of the most anticipated software releases of the year. And what can we expect from this year's iOS 11?
So one of the big things people are hoping for is dark mode. So you know how your iPhone now in iOS 10 has a dark-faced clock and everything? Well, that would be transferred over to other Apple apps, giving your whole Apple experience this dark theme.
So people would use this at night, or if they just wanted to be different, kind of like the Twitter dark mode. Lots of people use that all the time because they think it looks better. And if one of the features of the next iPhone, which we'll get to in a while, is OLED, this would also save battery. So one of the next features that we are hoping for really badly is group FaceTime. I mean, FaceTime is so behind in this sector, it's hard to look at. I mean, you get on Skype, you get on, Uvu. Well, Uvu, we have House Party. All these apps are taking advantage of this group chatting, and Apple doesn't even have it natively.
Another thing that has been rumored that we also would love is control center customization. You see how night shift and everything takes up so much space? Well, hopefully Apple makes it so you can put things where you want to, so your more used things are where you'd like them and your less used things are where you'd like those.
So the next feature that will be coming soon on iOS, possibly not even iOS 11, but possibly in iOS 10, is this video sharing app called Clips. And essentially what it will do is you'll be able to make little video clips and add some filters or some words and line them up with your voice. And it's really just a mini video editing thing for like 10-second clips or 20-second clips. And you'll be able to share them via all of your current social media. So we'll see if we like it or not. I'm sure we will be making a video on it. I don't know how excited I am now, but maybe we'll like it. I don't know.
So next up is multiple users. So obviously, at first you're like, why would I have multiple users on my iPhone? Well, I'll tell you, this would probably be better implemented in, say, an iPad that your family uses. You know, your mom and dad and your little sister all have Candy Crush when you don't want Candy Crush. So, you have your own little account on your iPad, and so that has the games you like Fruit Ninja and Block Breaker. Now comes the iPhone 8. Or iPhone X, or iPhone Edition. We don't really know the name yet. So you might be wondering, why are there all these crazy names out there for this new iPhone? Well, the thing is, this is the 10th anniversary of the iPhone. So people don't know if it's going to be the iPhone X for iPhone 10 year, the iPhone 8 because, that's just going to follow what Apple's doing, or iPhone Edition, which we very much doubt.
And actually, there's a more likely maybe situation that it might just be called the iPhone. Maybe. So for many of you who are following the iPhone 8X edition rumors, you will know that there are some sources that are reliable and some that aren't. So there's actually one that recently came out with this image of an iPhone that they think is going to be the next iPhone that has vertical cameras instead of horizontal ones and a Touch ID on the back. And it's Apple, so that's not going to happen. And by the way, you see this man? He won't let that happen.
Now, what is actually going to happen besides the new name for the iPhone? Well, they are almost confirmed that they will have an OLED display. At least one model available will have an OLED display, which is finally here. Thank you, Apple.
So interestingly enough, Apple has actually put in an order for 70 million OLED panels from, you want to take a guess where?
Samsung?
Got him! So, as a, Apple enthusiast, I'm not a big fan of Samsung, but you have to admit, their displays, they're pretty good, and they have the ability to push these out at a huge rate. And I actually read today that Apple will literally drain the OLED supply for the entire smartphone market.
Corner the market. Unreal. Between
Apple and Samsung, it's going to be difficult for any other company to be able to get in on the OLED game.
Next is the edge-to-edge bezel-less display. So, your top and your bottom covers that you have on the iPhone. I'm talking about these little black bars right here and right here.
Got a little chin, a little forehead.
Gone. It's not going to have a chin or a forehead. It's just me full body. Full body beautifulness.
So, the days of aluminum bodies are coming to an end. We're going to be going back to that iPhone 4 glass body, and that will give us wireless charging and a sleek look.
Along with more shattered backs of iPhones, we are going to get wireless charging, as Spencer said, which finally is coming to the iPhone. Whether you like it or not, you better get used to it. This world's going cordless. Now, the thing is that going to be different from Samsung's? Is it going to be... We don't know. We really don't know. We just know there's going to be wireless charging.
I will point out, I did see it, there's all this, rumors that the iPhone might be able to wireless charge, not actually on a pad, and it can just transfer energy. I mean, if that happens, great, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So, obviously, when you just have a display on the front, where are the camera and Touch ID and the earpiece going to go? Well, they're going to be in the display. So, the Touch ID is just, there's actually been a lot of Apple patents for this in the past, where you can have a Touch ID through the screen. And I think Apple's advancements in the 3D touchness of displays will actually help on with this. I think the earpiece, I've read a lot of things that there's some sort of technology where they can vibrate the body of the phone to make a speaker through the display. So that's pretty advanced. I don't know if that's going to happen. I hope it does, to create that completely bezel-less. And we don't even have to have a Samsung mini bezel. Not open here. So all of this has come down to one of the biggest stories to come out in Apple history before a product release.
Which came out the day of filming this video.
We are jumping on this one early.
What are we jumping on so early? Well, that is the brand new Mac Pro.
Now, not that any of us are going to be able to afford one, but it's still good for the company.
There definitely are people out there that use the Mac ecosystem, but are upset that they don't have a Mac desktop that isn't faster than a laptop now. And finally, Apple is rolling out a brand new Mac Pro.
So actually, Phil Schiller and Hair Force One, as some people like to call him, he's got that nice hair, I'm not gonna lie. So basically, those two guys had a really tight circle of journalists come to an Apple building on campus, and they just kind of talked about the Mac Pro, and they literally said that the 2013 Mac Pro was not that good.
So what they want to do for these Pro users is they're going to completely clear the whiteboard and redesign it. This will include more customization, not really modular, but a lot more customization in what you can do with your Mac Pro.
So the advantages of this are a graphic designer is going to want something different than a video editor, and a video editor is going to want something different from a coder, and it all depends on what you're doing. So to top it all off, they talked about the Apple Pro display. And, recently everyone's been talking about that they got rid of the Apple Cinema display and they're going to come out with something new. It's going to be great. And then they released this thing built by LG that is questionable. It doesn't work half the time with Wi-Fi or something. I don't know, but essentially Apple's going to be building their own display, and they've said that it's not going to be LG built. It's going to be built by Apple.
So we are now 1/3 of the way through the year of 2017, and this is pretty much all we know about what Apple's going to do.
So it looks like it's going to be a great year for Apple. Looks like it's going to be much better than 2015 and 2016, where we saw things that charged on the bottom of mouses and Apple smart battery cases. Not good.
So if you're excited, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment. Thank you for subscribing, guys. I'm Eli with Toucan Tech.
And I'm Spencer, and we will see you on the flip side. So yeah, basically, Phil Schiller and Frag...